Spears Computer World here, reviewing the Gecko monitor software and system that monitors your laptop PC. It's ideal for bosses or for parents who want to monitor their kids, or if you're a boss, you want to monitor your workers. Keep in mind that, uh, especially in corporate, your IT policies, most IT policies have a disclaimer that allows the employee to know that they're being monitored and that anything that is internet activity can be used to persecute. So uh, just threw it out there as a nugget. But the Gecko monitoring system is pretty nice. Been playing with it for a couple of days now. It's very user friendly. Now, as you can see, upon opening the Gecko monitor software, you're greeted by a home screen that allows you to know the number of screenshots taken, applications keylog, web requests monitored, applications monitored, documents printed, clipboard changes monitored, file actions monitored, and it lets you know the total number of events recorded. And so first and foremost, let's start by activating the settings here. And right off the bat, the first tab is the general setting. Now, upon initially opening and installing the software, you'll be able to set up different things such as changing your password if you want to. You can also uninstall the Gecko monitoring software. Some things to point out: if you want to start the monitoring process when Windows begins or boots back up. And another option you can have is to start hidden automatically monitors activity. So once it starts, it's hidden in the background. The only way it can be seen is by doing this following key strokes by Control Alt K. You can change that to any combination of keys that you want to hide. I'll demonstrate that as well. One thing I want to point out is the remote reporting, which I personally like, that you can get emails from, and you'll get a report via email letting you know the stats for that day. Second tab is screenshots, which I'll show you here briefly in a sec. It will take a screenshot of the active window and it stores it in a file for that particular day. I'll show you how to access that as well. The keylogger lets you know the sites that were keylogged that you visited, or applications, or just any kind of I guess activity as far as done on the computer. Websites. This is the safe list or the ignore list. Here you can put in sites that you don't mind, like your employee going to or your kids visiting. Those are your safe sites. They will be on your ignore list and won't be tracked. The same for your for your files. You can do the same thing. Certain files will be ignored, but most of your files will be tracked unless you say otherwise. Lastly, and I kind of went out of order, the printers. The selected monitor, it'll print to OneNote 2010, print to Go, Microsoft XPS document writer, and fax. To point out some more features on it, we'll go to the screenshots. And as you can see, there's a nice picture of my desktop that was taken. And then I did visit Mozilla, let's see, 18 hours ago. And although it's not showing, at the time I believe that I was on the internet, I may have been testing it out and didn't. Just wanted to make sure that the software would pick up on my activity, in which it did. And then Screencast-O-Matic is what I'm using to record this review. And so as you can see, for more detail, monitoring, whether it be at work or if you have your computer up at all times, or if your kids use the computer quite often for homework and they may take a detour and go to a site that they might not need to go to, you're able to monitor this. You're able to see where your kid, last visited a website or went. It's very useful evidence, if you will, to kind of help monitor and keep your kids safe. And so this software does an amazing job doing that. Now the keystrokes, Basically, where I clicked, I've been to Firefox. I've worked within the Explorer, which is Windows, and Screencast-O-Matic, and so it has tracked each keystroke as well. And then websites. Before I actually hit the record button, I started the monitoring to make sure that it would, track what it is that I went to. And one of the sites I went to was TMZ, and I went to other sites as you see listed here. And so it did track the websites that I went to. So you can have comfort in knowing that the Gecko monitoring system works, that it will track whether your employees were supposed to be doing work, but they were actually playing games or whatever the case is. So um, pretty solid. Then the applications. These are some of the applications that I've been messing around with on the computer. And then as far as printers, I hadn't printed anything. Clipboard. This is from earlier, I believe, when I was trying to learn the software. And then any files that I may have accessed, which I haven't. And so just for demonstration purposes, let's see as far as a file, what I'll do, I'll start monitoring. And so this will demonstrate how to reactivate Gecko once you leave the program. I'm gonna open up Work Doc. You know what? Let's do this. Let's go to something else. Yeah, let's go to a text file. So right now it is monitoring my activity. And so let's just see. I don't know, gossip. I'm just gonna pick up something here. Gossip, magazine, or gossip, or whatever. TMZ comes up. Perez Hilton. Okay, that's somebody that people are familiar with, I assume. So why not go without my internet to load? Kind of this X out. Okay, if I want to go back into the Gecko monitoring system, one thing to note is if you find that you're not at your keystroke isn't working, just simply just kind of double click on it, especially if you're within a program, another program using any kind of control, alt, shift, or whatever combinations that you're using, you want to make sure. And so I am back. Let's see here. Screenshots. It took a screenshot of the notepad uh, file that I opened. It even took a screenshot of Microsoft Word as I was opening it, and I closed it. It even showed the message about safe mode as well. Let's see if it shows anything else. Shows that I went to Firefox, which was a few minutes ago. Website. I don't know if it pulled up. It, as you can see, here's the PerezHilton.com when I went to that website. So it's all there. If I, and if I click on it, it'll take me to that site, to PerezHilton.com. And so there you have it. As far as any files, probably because I didn't set anything up. But let's look at our timeline. And it does a wonderful job of kind of going on a timeline on the things that I did. And so as you could see, when you go to timeline, based on each color coded or the legend here, based on that time frame, it will take you back to that point in time that you went to that particular uh, application or that keystroke here. And so the Gecko monitoring system is, like I said, is ideal for parents who want to keep tabs on their kids, which I strongly believe that that should be done given this day and age. You want to be able to make sure that your kids are safely um, able to surf on the internet and are doing the right things. And then on an employer-employee basis, hey, I had to pause there for a minute. Um, you don't want to have to use it, but in some cases you may need to, depending on the kind of business that you're in. That certain information may not need to be leaked or um, getting out to the public, or you may just want to make sure that your employees are working. So I understand this software works. Hopefully, this demonstration was enough to convince you, and to help those who may want to use this software. We'll be giving away, we are going to give away 10 licenses. Gecko was very generous enough to give us 10 licenses in a giveaway. So upon watching this video, you can go to spearscomputerworld.com. I'll post a link on the end of this video, and you'll be able to apply, or just simply leave a comment on the blog post that this will be in, or even on this YouTube video. Just leave a comment below on this video, and that's it. You're entered. I'm not going to have you go and jump hoops to try to win a license, and then we'll select uh, a winner. So if you haven't subscribed to Spirits Computer World, please do. We're up and coming, so hey, your chances of winning are very high. And so hit the subscribe button, tell a friend, tell a family member, tell a foe to visit spiritscomputerworld.com. We thank you for tuning in to the review of the Gecko monitoring system.